starting lineup for the home team.
Good afternoon. This is Tim Ethia live from John Coughlin Field here at Worcester State College for the Division 1A Super Bowl game today between Wachusett Regional High School and Northampton. I'm here with Tim Gellis, my film man today. We're watching the starting lineups come out on the field. This is a great day for the Mountaineers, their first ever Super Bowl appearance. They sit at 10-0 right now, 11-0 right now. Northampton is 8-3 on the year. One of the powerhouse teams from Western Massachusetts.
Number 3, Michael Murray. And number 20,
as we watch the captains beat at midfield. A long awaited game here as we're a week late. Last week's games were snowed out. As we wait for the toss of the coin here at midfield. We've got a big crowd here too. It's a cold December day. Very late in the year for a high school football game. Temperature at game time about 25 degrees. With the wind chill, you're probably talking down closer to 10. And Wachusett has won the toss. They've elected to receive. They'll take the ball, as you see at the field, going left or right to left. As we wait now for the opening kickoff.
and sacrifices of men and women who have currently served in the armed forces. We invite both veterans and current military personnel to stand. We thank you for your service to our country.
Okay, as we prepare to get underway here, we hear the Wachusett Band in action, led by Band Director Miriam Jensen. Wachusett again receiving. We just got to look at the scoreboard here at John Coughlin Field. John Coughlin, I want to let you know, is one of the most outstanding individuals ever to grace the halls of Worcester State College. Mr. Coughlin was longtime equipment manager, and a number of years ago when this excellent facility was opened up, it was decided to dedicate the field to him. As we get ready for the kickoff, Northampton back to receive for Wachusett. We got Raskett and Chris Gusher. There's a short kick. Looked like it might have been an onside attempt. And Wachusett does recover. They've got excellent field position to start off. They're at the 42-yard line. And from the 42. As always, Brendan Devereaux will start at quarterback, number 9. In the backfield, we've got Chris Bashaw. And it looks like Zach Raskett. Hand off to Raskett. He's got a couple yards up across the 45. We'll call it the 46. Gain of 3 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 7. Wachusett would love to establish their ground game early here. They've had an outstanding ground game this year. Zach Raskett rushed for just under 1,000 yards, and Chris Bashaw set records for Wachusett with nearly, I believe, about 1,500 yards on the season. Both had terrific years. Devereaux, this time it's Bashaw. He's got some room. He's around the end. He could go all the way. Chris Bashaw, touchdown, Wachusett in the early moments of this game. That play good for 54 yards. Wachusett on top, 6-0 here in the early going as Bashaw broke through. Looked like a dive right. Once again, the Wachusett line opened up a huge hole. Bashaw broke it. And Wachusett goes out on top early here against Northampton, 6-0. Outstanding way to start the football game. Bashaw's done that many times this year, as he showed a burst of speed, broke to the outside, took the sideline, and took it all the way. As always, we've got to credit the Wachusett offensive lineman for breaking open that hole. Larry Wilson out there, I believe, Sean Grimes, Chris Palumbo.
Wachusett getting ready for the point after touchdown.
So set for the point after.
Well, it's that bad snap.
It's a bad snap.
Tries to throw it.
And it's going to be stopped short. So Wachusett does not convert, but they do hold the lead. 6-0 here with 10-12 to go in the first period. They'll kick off. Northampton will receive. I'm sure the fingers are cold out there. That snap was a little short and couldn't be handled. So Wachusett set to kick off. Again, holding a 6-0 lead. Wachusett, Chris Bashaw, in his first carry of the day, broke one for 55 yards and a score. Kick is away. John Long booms it down the side. Ball is mishandled. Big tackle, Wachusett. That was Brad Bagdis and Tyler Russell on the hit. Bagdis made the initial stop. Russell came in. So Northampton will have it 1st and 10 from just inside the 25-yard line. Wachusett's defense this year has been outstanding. They've had a number of shutouts. Most teams have scored very few times that they got beyond 7 points. Gardner put 10 on the board. 1st and 10, and a stop is made after a couple yards. That looked like number 30, Chris Gusher, on the stop. Gain of 3 yards, it'll be 2nd down. That was Gary Deno on the carry. And decent gain up close to a 1st down as Northampton is moving the football. Wachusett has to watch Gary Deno, number 13. Deno had nearly 1,500 yards rushing this year. He was one of the top running backs from Western Massachusetts. So watch 13 Deno. I'm sure they'll be keying on him. 3rd down and a long one. Big play right here.
3rd and 2. In motion to Gibson. No.
Good stop. Big tackle. Number 44. That's Jesse Peterson. Stops him for a loss. It'll be 4th down. We'll see if Northampton will punt here. Big play by Jesse Peterson.
Really gets it back to the line of scrimmage, and Northampton's going to be forced.
Peterson recently named a Central Mass All-Star. Outstanding play by Peterson. Or a league All-Star, that was. They haven't named the Central Mass All-Stars as yet. But that was an outstanding effort by Jesse Peterson. In fact, his brother Mark was also an outstanding football player here at Wachusett. He was a running back. Low kick. They do get it away. It's a good punt, actually, all things considered. It takes a Northampton bounce, still rolling. It'll be down at the 31-yard line where Wachusett will have it 1st and 10 for their 2nd set of offensive downs. So it's a good start here for the Mountaineers as they scored on their first drive, held Northampton without a 1st down, mostly because of that big play from Jesse Peterson. They'll take it 1st and 10 from the 31. As we're here at Worcester State College, this is a little bit unusual for the Wachusett boys as we're on artificial surface here today. I believe it's the first time this year they played on artificial turf. You can hear the wind howling here as we're high above field side. Devereaux hands it off to Peterson, who stopped for a loss. Does Northampton smell that play out? Good play by the Northampton defense.
The temperature was 70 degrees out. Today, not to be. Temperature barely 30, but the wind chill.
This will be 2nd down and about 11. Big crowd here today as the Wachusett fans are out in force. Second down 11.
Second and 11 now for Wachusett to give.
Devereaux hands it off to looks like Bashar, and he is stopped for a loss as the Northampton defense digs in this time. It'll be third and long for Wachusett. Talking to some of the Northampton rooters before the game, their team had an outstanding season. They're a young team, just a few seniors on the roster. Some of their top players are juniors, so this is the team that is young, not quite as experienced as Wachusett. Certainly looking to build up a tradition at Northampton, or continue the tradition. Third down and 11. Devereaux goes back, looking to pass it, throws it, spot for it's caught! Nice catch by Jesse Peterson, but he's short of the first down. He actually out-wrestled the Northampton defender for that ball. Could have been an interception and a big play for Northampton, so Peterson did well to grab that one.
But it was only a 5-yard gain, and Wachusett will be forced to punt here from their own 35.
Check that. That may have been DeMarco on the catch. As I may have misread that number. Regardless, it'll be fourth down and 5. So Devereaux back for his first punt of the game for Wachusett. So he's punting against the wind. He gets away a very short kick. It's out of bounds at the 46, 45-yard line where Northampton will take it with good field position. Once again, it's a cold day here, and I'm sure that's affecting the players. This could be a game where turnovers make a big difference. I would expect to see some fumbles today. We already saw that actually a fumble on the snap when Wachusett went for the extra point. Northampton fumbled the opening kickoff. It was actually the kickoff after the score. Handoff and a good solid gain of 4 or 5 yards before Wachusett makes the stop. Among others, Michael Murray in on the stop. This will be Mike Murray's last career game, as well as Brendan Devereaux and a lot of the Wachusett players. They've all had excellent careers. Second down and 6. Another good run. This looks like it'll be the first down of the game for Northampton out to the 30-yard line. That was Thompson on the carry for Northampton. So they've got good field position. They're at the 30. The Wachusett defense needs to dig in as they lead 6-0 here with 5:49 to go in the first period. Back to pass. Pass is caught and a good gain as Jesse Peterson knocked him out of bounds down close to the 20-yard line. Short of the first down, gain of about 8 yards it looks like. It should be about third down and 2. That was a fine catch by the Northampton receiver. Reached out, scooped it in with one hand, got pushed out of bounds. Also in on that stop was Zach Raskett. So it's second down and 2. And it's fumbled. Recovered immediately. Stop made by Jesse Peterson. It'll be third down and about 4. They lost a couple on that play. Peterson was in quick right on that play. If he hadn't fumbled, I think Peterson would have made the quick stop. So a big play here, third down and 4. So pitch back. And the defense is in and high. Mike Murray with the hit. Big job by Mike Murray. Let's see what Northampton does here. It's fourth down. I'm not sure how their kicking game is. This would be a long field goal. I would think they'd go for it at this point. They're at the 23-yard line. Fourth down and a long 3, maybe closer to 4 yards. There's Mike Murray in tough that time with a big hit. Mike has been one of the leaders of the Wachusett defense as he plays a solid linebacker position. And Northampton grabs a timeout as they weren't quite sure where to go there. This is a big play for them. They want to make a first down here. We've got 4:21 to go in the first period. Northampton picked up a relatively short kick. They took the ball on Wachusett field, or actually their own side of the field, moved it about 30 yards here. So the Wachusett is trying to dig in, the Wachusett defense, and make a stop as it's 4th down. Biggest play of the game to date right here. Wachusett scored on the opening drive. Still in the first quarter. Super Bowl action here. Wachusett versus Northampton. Tim Ethier along with Tim Gellis, my film man, high above Wachusett, or actually Worcester State Field. Here's the 4th down play. To the pass, he's got a man. 1st down. Inside the 15, down to the 12-yard line. It was a short slant pass, well executed by Northampton. We'll call it the 14-yard line, 1st and 10. As Northampton continues to drive. That was a well-executed play. Handoff, and again, good stop made. Zach Rackett put the finishing touches on it. It looked like number 45, Travis Russell, with the initial hit. No gain on that play. It'll be 2nd down. It's going to pass it. Ball is tipped and deflected, and it's incomplete. Looked like number 60, Larry Wilson, got his hand on that as he made the big rush, so it'll be 3rd down. That stops the clock with 3:22 to go here in the first period. Larry Wilson, one of the seniors on this year's squad. He's put in a full 4 years in the Mountaineer program. Been an outstanding performer for the Wachusett team. In fact, this defense has been really, really outstanding throughout the season. So look at Nick Kramer out there on the line. Joe Lombardo, right down the way. They've all done an excellent job this year. So Wachusett 11-0 to this point. Big 3rd down play, 3rd down and 10. Short handoff, no gain. He dropped the ball. It looks like it was down by contact. Looked like number 60, Larry Wilson, with the hit. Another good defensive play by Wilson. And another 4th down play. This time 4th and long, 4th and about 12 for Northampton. And once again, it looks like they'll go for it. They're not going to try to kick it from here. So big play right here. Northampton back to pass. He's got some time, and it's tipped. It's incomplete. Wachusett takes it on downs. Good job by the Wachusett defense as he'll take over deep in their own territory. So they got some work to do here on offense, but good job by the Wachusett defenses. They held on, gave a little but didn't break. Still 6-0 Wachusett late in the first period, 2:41 to go. Wachusett defenders have had their hands flying out there. I'm not sure who tipped that pass, but they've all got their hands up looking to knock it down. So back they go on offense. Devereaux calling the signals. Handoff, decent gain. That looked like Raskett. We'll check it as he gets up. Okay, that was Bashaw on the carry. Good job by Bashaw. He got about 5 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 5. Bashaw had an amazing year, averaging nearly 10 yards a carry. And again, broke all of the rushing records going back as far as Wachusett football history could record. Bashaw will go down as one of the outstanding players in Wachusett football history. And the all-time ground gainer. Another solid run. Up close to a 1st down. Was that Bashaw again? I believe it was. Be 3rd down. All right, that was Raskett on the carry. It'll be 3rd down and a little less than a yard. Big play here. Wachusett needs this 1st down. They don't want to punt from this far back. They've got Mike Murray in the backfield now. Watch for Mike Murray to perhaps get this ball. He's a big bruising running back. Not Murray, it's Bashaw, and he's got the 1st down. So Bashaw gets the 1st down. Wachusett has a wealth of running backs, solid running backs. Bashaw leads the way. They've got Zach Raskett, big ground gainer this year. Mike Murray's gained some big yards. Handoff, big hole, Zach Raskett's got room on the side, burst of speed, Zach Raskett, across the 50, inside the 45, down to the 42-yard line. Big game by Zach Raskett. As their offense is cooking once again, it's a lot more comfortable when you get on your own side of the field. They're down, they're going to spot that at the 43-yard line. Big run by Raskett. You saw the speed that young Zach has. He made it out to the end. It was a foot race past the 40, and he clearly beat the Northampton defender. There was really one man between him and the goal line who made the final stop. 1st and 10, Wachusett from the 44-yard line. And flags fly, first penalty of the game. It looked like a Wachusett defensive man move, but we'll see what they call.
That was a 32-yard gain by Raskett, that's right.
It's a motion penalty against the offense. It'll be 5 yards. It'll be first down and 15. As you may have heard, that was a 32-yard gain by Raskett, so big play by him. 2 big runs in this game so far were the biggest plays. A 54-yard scoring rush by Chris Bashaw, and that big run, 32 yards by Zach Raskett. Now it's 1st and 15 from the 49. Hand off to Bashaw. He's hit once, hit twice, and he stopped for a short game, maybe a yard. It'll be 2nd down. And time runs, it's winding down here in the first period. As you can see, the time is out at the end of the first period. Wachusett holds on to the lead, 6-0 here in Super Bowl Division 1A action, 2003 from Worcester State College. Wachusett on top, 6-0. A big first period for the Mountaineers. They had one solid score. They're in the process of another good solid drive right now. Northampton at one point drove all the way down to nearly their 10-yard line before the Wachusett defense stopped them on downs. So both the defense and the offense have made some big plays for the Mountaineers this afternoon so far. As we're here at John Coughlin Field at Worcester State. Cold temperature. It's probably about 25 degrees with a wind chill factor down closer to 10. If you hear a howling in the background, it's because the wind is blowing. But we have a big crowd here. The Wachusett tailgaters were out before the game. They occupied a sizable part of the parking lot here. That's become a Mountaineer tradition over the course of the season, because the fans get here early and get fired up for the game early. Huge crowd, actually. The bleachers, I don't see any room at all down there. They're still letting people in, but it's not far from being a sellout here. Okay, as we start the second period. Switching ends of the field. Wachusett now has, for the most part, the wind behind them, although it's kind of blowing across the field. It's 2nd down and 14. Pitch back to Raskett, looking for some room. Got a little room. He tries to work his way up, gets a couple yards on the play. It'll be 3rd down. Raskett had some time to look for a hole, which really didn't open up, although the Wachusett offensive line worked hard on that play. Again, certainly one of the reasons for the success of the running backs this year. Running backs like Raskett, like Bashaw, like Murray has been the Wachusett offensive line. These kids are tough. They play hard. They're opening up holes left and right. 3rd down and long. Devereaux's going to pass it. It's a screen pass. Good play. Bashaw's got it. He breaks it and he gets up and he may have a 1st down. Great play by Chris Bashaw as he got the ball, broke 2 tackles. Let's see where they spot it. And they're going to give him the 1st down. Great play by Chris Bashaw. Nice pass by Devereaux as he had to get rid of it quick. Northampton was right in his face. That was a very well executed screen play. 1st and 10, Wachusett from the 33-yard line. That That was an outstanding play by Devereaux, too. His hands have got to be freezing out there, yet he laid the ball out there perfectly. Bashaw grabbed it and, again, used his legs and his strength to run for the first down. Handoff, Raskett for a couple. He got 3, maybe 4 yards. That's what makes this offense so tough. They've got so many talented running backs. You can't key on Bashaw because Raskett can break one. You'll see Mike Murray at some point take some carries. Jesse Peterson will carry the ball, get some yards. Sophomore Brian Riley, also a talented running back. So they've got a multifaceted running game.
It was a 15-yard pass play, okay? Second and 6 now for Wachusett.
This time it's Murray. Mike Murray uses his strength to bull it up there close to a first down. You can tell when Mike Murray runs the ball, he's up straight. He doesn't worry about crouching over. He just bulls over the opposition. Great run by Murray. Yeah, and I think he's just short of the first down. Although they're probably in 4th down territory here anyway. So it's 3rd and 1. Down close to the 20-yard line. Actually about the 24. First carry of the game for Mike Murray, and he made it count. That was a big run by Murray. He took that ball, I believe it was behind Sean Grimes, who opened up the initial hole. One of Wachusett's outstanding offensive linemen. Devereaux goes for the rush for the first down. It looks like he has it. As he does the quarterback keeper, and he gets the first down. 1st and 10 from the 22. Wachusett looks to add to their 6-0 lead here early in the 2nd period. In this Super Bowl action, Division 1A, Wachusett versus Northampton. And so far, Wachusett has taken control. So 1st and 10. Hand off to Bashaw, and he's hit, and he'll be stopped for a loss. They smelled it out that time. Good job by the Northampton defense. As this is a talented Northampton team. I believe they lost their first 3 games of the year and then won 8 straight. So they're on a winning streak, and they feel like they can beat anybody. So this is not going to be an easy game for the Mountaineers. Wachusett coming off their last big victory against Holy Name on Thanksgiving Day, where they scored over 50 points for the first time in, I don't know, as long as I can remember. Because they had a huge day. Right here at Worcester State College, actually, was where that game was played. Bashaw trying to get outside. He does for a couple yards. Got it back for a short gain. So actually, I mentioned before, this was Wachusett's first time on artificial turf. Actually, it'll be their 2nd time this year because they did play their Holy Name Thanksgiving game here at Worcester State. Actually, for this time of year, it's good to have the artificial surface. The field is in good condition, clean and dry. It's actually a sunny day, although it's very cold. You might catch the snow on the sideline, but the field is good and clear. Might not be the same in 24 hours. There's another snowstorm is forecast for tomorrow, so we're glad we're getting this game in today. Devereaux back to pass. He's got a man. Oh, incomplete. So pass was a little bit off. We'll see what they do here. It'll be 4th down from the 22-yard line. Probably a little long for a field goal. They'll probably go for it, but we'll see what Coach Mike Dobzinski does. As the whole Wachusett community is excited about this football team, give credit to Coach Mike Dobzinski. Stepped in 4 or 5 years ago. Has continued what has been a long-time solid Wachusett football tradition, and this has been, without a doubt, the most outstanding season in Wachusett history. So head coach Mike Dobzinski deserves a lot of the credit. Devereaux back to pass again. Throws it, it's complete. Good play, although he'll be short of the first down, but actually this is not such a bad position to be in. Northampton will take it on downs, but they've got it way back at the 15-yard line. So the Wachusett defense comes out looking to make a big play. That wasn't a bad job by the offense.
It's not enough for first down. It'll be a 1st and 10.
Okay, I guess there was a penalty on the play. I'm not sure on who, but it was declined, so must have been on the Mountaineers, I assume. Northampton takes it 1st and 10 from the 15-yard line. This would be a great time for the Wachusett defense to step up, force a fumble, force an interception, or even just hold on, as they've got Northampton pinned back. And flags go up and they stop the play. Might have been a motion penalty against Northampton. We'll see what they call. Which would be big here, actually, if they could push him back another 5 yards. We'll see what he's calling. Okay, it's on Northampton. That'll be a 5-yarder back to the 10-yard line. That's a big play. They're back to the 10 now, so the Wachusett defense now can keep the pressure on. It's 1st and 15 for Northampton. 6:55 to go in the first half. Again, Wachusett leading 6-0. Hampton back to pass. He throws it long. It's a battle for it, and it looks like it's picked off. It's intercepted. Big play. Looked like it was Zach Raskett that caught that. Zach Raskett picks it off. Great job by Raskett, playing both offense and defense today. Raskett also is a running back and receiver. So there's a big play. Wachusett gets it right back on just the second play on offense from Northampton. So the Wachusett defense should be well rested. They've done the job. As Northampton really just threw that ball up for grabs, and Raskett picked it off. 1st and 10, Devereaux hands it off. Bashaw, short gain, couple yards, it'll be 2nd and about 8. Because Northampton is playing tough defense. They've bent but not broken, except for that one big running play by Bashaw. Mike Dobzinski, Wachusett head coach, is assisted by Mark Wild, Wally Massey, Phil Jackson, Corey Hanfield, Bernie Riley, Mark McMasters, Casey Hanfield, Tom Pandisio. Outstanding coaching staff. They've got these boys sky high today. Second back through for a yard or two. Again, the Northampton defense continues to be tough. They've been stopping the run, at least at this point. Looks like Bashaw again. It'll be 3rd down and about 8 yards. Back to pass, and he's a little long on the pass. It'll be 4th down. Pass intended for Raskett. It was out on the right side. So it should be actually the second punt of the game here for Wachusett, as Devereaux will be back to kick, looking to pin Northampton back deep. And they've kept the action on their side of the field here for most of the second period, and they'd like to continue to do that. So Devereaux will be kicking from just about midfield. We'll see where he can put it. Gets off a good solid kick. See if it bounces back or in. They're trying to keep it out of the end zone, and they can't do it. So it'll go in. It'll be a touchback, and Northampton will take it at the 20-yard line. Devereaux booted that one almost 50 yards in the air, so a good solid punt by Devereaux. Northampton got lucky with that bounce. If it had bounced up straight, they would have been really pinned. But regardless, they'll have it 1st and 10 from the 20. Northampton pitch back to number 13. He's tough, but the defense is good. They got him. Quite Brad Bagdus on the hit. Got up last, number 88. Good hit by Bagdus. Again, Deno has gained 1,500 yards this year, so the Wachusett defense is certainly watching him. He hasn't done much today. 2nd down and just about 11 yards, as they lost about a yard in that play. Pitch back. Another short run, and the Wachusett defense, again, gang tackles. Mike Murray, it looked like an initial stop. Jesse Peterson was in there. Chris Gusher was in there. They had almost everyone on the defense part of that tackle. A gain of maybe a yard. It'll be 3rd down and 10. Because the Wachusett defense has been outstanding to this point in the game. And you hear the fans chant, defense, defense. We've got a big Mountaineer crowd here today. Third down, it's a handoff and another great tackle. Wachusett. That looked like Peterson and number 88, Brad Bagdis on the side. As they stop Deno for a loss, it'll be fourth down. Northampton will have to kick it. Peterson made the initial stop. Good job by Jesse on that play. So Northampton kicking against the wind. This is a tough kick. He does get it away. It's a relatively short kick, and it's recovered. Good play by Bashard. Just hold on to that ball as Wachusett once again has good field position. They take it at the 46-yard line, their own 46, with 3:36 to go in the first half. Wachusett still leading 6-0. Certainly though not a safe lead. They'd love to add some points before the half. But most of the second period has been played on the Wachusett side of the field, which certainly makes Coach Mike Dobzinski happy. Last couple drives, though, that Northampton defense has been tough. Devereaux calls the signals. Gets it back to Bashaw, trying to find some room. Gets a yard or two, maybe. It'll be second down and about 8. Okay, so with two big offensive plays so far in this game. One big 44-yard, actually 54-yard touchdown run by Bashaw, and a 32-yard screen pass. Check that, 32-yard run by Raskett. Several Bashaw again. Stop for a short gain, maybe a yard. Be third down and 8. Clock running, 2:40 to go here in the second period. Devereaux back to pass. Looks once, fires, he's got a man, Raskett. No, he didn't hang on to it. It looked like he had it, he missed it, out of bounds. It'll be fourth down. Wachusett will, looks like punt again. Once again, looking to pin Northampton back, as it's been a field position game, and it's been to Wachusett's advantage here throughout the second period. Devereaux back to kick. Gets it away. Decent kick. It's going to bounce down and go out of bounds at about the 22-yard line. Well, once again, Northampton will have it. So far, really one of the keys to the game is that Wachusett has not made mistakes. They've had the ball a lot. They've yet to fumble or lose the ball. No turnovers. Northampton's turned the ball over once on an intercepted pass. Interception by Zach Raskett. On a cold day like this in December, you expect to see some turnovers. So far, the Wachusett boys have been solid. First and 10, Northampton from the 22. And once again, no gain on the run. Stop is made. Looks like Jesse Peterson grabbed him. Good job by Jesse. It'll be second down and 10. Northampton had one extended drive. They drove all the way down to their own 13-yard line, but at that point, the Wachusett defense dug in and took the ball back on downs. Since that time, Northampton has not made a first down. Second and 10. There's a hole there. Good run. Stop is made short of the first down. Deno on the carry. I see a flag on the field. It was about a 6-yard gain. We'll see what the call is. And it looks like it might be a face mask against Wachusett. It is. We'll see if it was an inadvertent or they're going to call it a personal foul. And he's going ways, and they're going to do it 5. It's a 5-yard, so it's an inadvertent face mask, but it is a 5-yard penalty and a first down for Northampton. So ruled to be, for the most part, unintentional face mask, but regardless, Northampton has their first down in a while. 1:23 to go in the first half. Another decent gain. Wachusett defense digs in. That was number 30, Chris Gusher, on the tackle. Gain of 6, it'll be second down and 4. With 105, 104, 103 to go in the first half. Northampton back at the 40-yard line, so they've got a ways to go. This time he's back to pass. Got some space. It's knocked down, almost interception. Good play by Chris Gusher. As Gusher leaped, tipped the ball, almost tipped it to himself, but regardless, he stopped the pass play, so it'll be third down.
It'll bring up 3rd and 4 for Northampton at the ball 40 yards.
Because Gusher's been involved in this series. He made that last tackle, and then it tipped that pass to break up the pass play. 49 seconds to go here in the second period. So Northampton will probably have to stay in the air. Although they haven't used, I think they've used 1 timeout. They probably have 2 left. Another pass. This time it's knocked down. Good defensive play by Zach Raskett, who stuck his hand in there and knocked it down. 44 seconds to go. It'll be 4th down. We'll see what Northampton does here. You'd think they'd punt the ball, but this could be a time for the Wachusett defense to step up. Northampton will look to kick. Kick is partly blocked. Very short kick. They're going to let it roll. And it's down at the 47-yard line where Wachusett will have it with 36 seconds left. I couldn't see who, but someone got their hand on that ball, so that's a big play. It was a low kick. Okay, they're giving Brad Bagdis credit for that block because he's got his hands up. Brad Bagdis, one of a number of Wachusett football players who are actually delayed in their ability to play basketball. The basketball season was supposed to start this week, but they delayed and actually postponed the first 2 ball games. So they'll be in basketball action next week, starting on Wednesday against Brockton at the high school. That'll be Bagdis, Zach Raskett, that'll be Chris Gusher. There are a number of football players on this squad. Mike Murray. Devereaux back to pass. He's got him. The catch is made, but it's out of bounds. Picture perfect play, but he just ran out of yards. Brad Bagdis made the catch, but he was clearly out of bounds, so it'll be second down with 29 seconds to go in the half. Bagdis broke down the right side, had some room, but just couldn't stay in bounds.
36 seconds by Bagdis there. Didn't quite get a foot in bounds. Nice catch though, but he was out of bounds. 29.2 seconds in to be second.
So we got a slight delay in the field. We'll see what's going on. They're going to get a timeout right now. Official timeout. All right, Wachusett timeout. They're going to talk about it because they've got 29 seconds left. They got a ways to go. They're at the 46-yard line. You don't want to make a mistake here either. They do hold the lead 6-0. They scored on their actually second play from scrimmage. Chris Bashaw broke one to go 54 yards, and that's been the only score to date. They missed the extra point. The snap was fumbled, so they've held on to the 6-0 lead. Northampton did challenge at one point. They had the ball all the way down to their 13-yard line before the Wachusett defense dug in and took over on downs. And for the most part, in the second period, the game has been dominated by Wachusett. They've held the ball almost exclusively on this side of the field. Devereaux back to pass. Up the middle, and it's going to be outside of the reach of anyone as pass is intended for Jesse Peterson. No, check that. It was Brandon Flynn going for that one. Couldn't quite reach it. It'll be third down with 22 seconds left. Brandon Flynn, another basketball player, as well as a solid football player. And another one of those seniors who were playing their last football game here today for the Mountaineers. And they reached their dream, Super Bowl 2003. Devereaux fakes, gets it away. He's got a man this time. Bashaw goes down. They need a quick timeout, and they get one with 15 seconds to go. That was a big gain down to the 30-yard line. Bashaw couldn't quite get his balance, or he could have taken that one all the way. He caught the ball, but was stumbling when he caught it. Because as everyone knows, Bashaw in the open field is tough to bring down. But that's still a big play. That play went for about 22 yards. So Wachusett will have it 1st and 10 from the 31 with 15 seconds to go. I'm sure they'd love to have more time here, but we'll see what they can do to try to put some more points on the board as they lead 6-0 late in the first half. Both teams huddling on the field. Northampton's got a huge group on the far side. As the Wachusett offense comes back out. A couple more plays to go here in the first half. And again, thanks to Tim Gillis, our film man today here on a cold day at Mountaineer. I want to say Mountaineer Field. It's Worcester State College Field. And honestly, it's hard not to think of this as Mountaineer Field because this is where I went to college. Worcester State has become a terrific facility, one of the top state colleges in the state. In fact, one of the top colleges in the state. I'm proud to say I was a former Lancer myself, although we didn't have this facility when I graduated back in 1973. Well, Worcester State's had an excellent football team for a number of years. Devereaux back to pass. He throws it, it's incomplete. Clock stops at 9.4 seconds to go. He's got time for one play, maybe two. As they go to the air, they really have to stay in the air unless they want to cross up Northampton here. They certainly got running backs capable of taking it in from the 30, but we'll see what happens. I think it's fitting to thank the Worcester State College staff, crew here for allowing the use of the college for these Super Bowl games. They spent a good amount of time this week preparing the field. Last Saturday was a huge snowstorm, the day the game was originally scheduled. They got the facility in good shape for today's game. Low snap, Brendan picks up off the field. Devereaux, he's got a little space, but the pass is incomplete. With 4 seconds to go, they may have time for one more play. 4 seconds to go in the first half. In fact, this field has been the site of some terrific victories for Wachusett. A couple weeks ago on Thanksgiving Day, big win over the Holy Name team in football to clinch that 11-0 undefeated season to date. And back a little over a year ago, the Wachusett girls varsity soccer team won their first ever state championship, Division I, on this same field. I still remember being here for that game. In fact, right down there to the right, Adrian Carpenter kicked home the winning goal late in the second half. What a great game that was. So this location has been the site of some terrific achievements by the Mountaineers, and this one would match any of them. Wachusett's first ever Super Bowl. And at this point, they've got the lead, 6-0. As they line up, another timeout is called with 4 seconds to go in the first half. It's been a tough game today. Northampton is an excellent team from the western part of the state. As the defense especially has dug in and has stopped Wachusett time after time. As you hear the wind howling, and actually Wachusett is with the wind right now. It's blowing pretty steady from left to right, so they'll start out the third period going against the wind and actually kicking to Northampton. So Northampton will have the edge to start the second half with the ball and with the wind. Third down, 4 seconds to go. Wachusett at the 31-yard line, 4 seconds to go in the half. Devereaux back to pass again. He fakes it once, throws it long. He's got him out there. It's complete. It's a touchdown. What a play. Zach Raskin with the reception. As the first half comes to an end, a huge play for Wachusett as they go on top 12-0. Great pass by Devereaux. Raskin beat his man down the side, caught the ball cleanly, and fell into the end zone. Huge way to end the second period for Wachusett. as he'll still line up for the extra point. Terrific pass play. Devereaux to Raskett. And that certainly gives Wachusett the momentum to end the half. As they failed on 3 or 4 straight pass plays, that one worked perfectly. Great play. That'll be a play that Raskett will remember. And Devereaux. Great play. Wachusett now leading 12-0. They'll line up this time going for 2. Tough day to kick that football with the wind blowing and cold temperatures. Devereaux's going to pass again. He's got a man. It's complete for the 2-point conversion. That looked like Brad Bagdis with the reception. Wachusett 14, Northampton nothing here at the end of the first half. Great first half for the Mountaineers and a great way to end the first half. Terrific play as Bagdis went into the far corner of the end zone and Devereaux laid it right on his fingers. Outstanding as the boys head out the field to warm up for the second half. That play was especially critical as Wachusett had been held without scoring for a good long time. So we'll take a quick break here. This is Tim Ethia with Tim Gellis high above Worcester State College Field at the half. Wachusett 14, Northampton 0 here in Division 1A Super Bowl action 2003. Okay, we're back here at halftime. This is Tim Ethia along with Craig Holt, longtime Wachusett sports supporter and reporter for 3 different newspapers. Great first half for the Mountaineers, Craig.
A half full of good defense by both teams and some really big plays by Wachusett. They started with a bang and they finished with a bang.
Well, that last play of the first half was a big play. They were up 6-0, 6-0 to 14-0. Should make a huge difference in the game.
Yeah, because it seemed like they sputtered a little bit on offense in the second quarter. This Northampton team is big and strong, but to get that touchdown in that fashion with 4 seconds left, wow.
No, that was a great way to end the first half. Now, it's been an interesting year for you, Craig. I know you've been reporting on the Mountaineer football team for 3 different newspapers. Yep. I understand the Worcester Telegram and Gazette, the Holden Landmark, and the Clinton Item. Yep. Now, how is it different now reporting for each paper? Do you have to write the stories and kind of reflect on players that live in the towns in that area before?
That's a good question, Timmy. Actually, it's kind of interesting because for the Telegram, you got to be very straightforward and factual. Can't be too creative. With the Landmark, however, you can be a little biased because, you know, it's a local paper, whereas the Clinton paper is basically a paper that deals with the Sterling part of Wachusett, so you focus on the Sterling athlete.
Now, speaking of Sterling, who are some of the Sterling kids that have been leaders for the Mountaineers this year?
Well, at the top of the one that sticks out of my mind is the boy I did a story on. That was the senior captain, Sean Grimes, who's a lineman. Big, strong boy, 3-year starter. Came up through the Pop Warner system, the Wachusett Pop Warner system. Real good kid.
No, I've got Sean in class, actually, in my contemporary problems class, and he is a good boy. Real solid. Most of these kids, they're all good kids. This is, I think, what's really makes this especially a great year for Wachusett is we've got a terrific bunch of student athletes. They're all excellent students, too.
Yeah, I think Mike Dubzinski told me the grade point average is well over 3. I'm not sure if it's 3.2 or 3. You might know that, Tim. But they're smart kids, but they're good kids, too. I've had a chance to interview about 7 or 8 of them for these various publications. And they're all well-spoken, articulate, they're upbeat, and they're good kids to have on a team, and you're proud to support them.
And now, I know you went to Wachusett, Craig, class of?
Class of 1977, a quarter of a century ago, +1.
Well, it's been a while. You had some. You played basketball, football also?
No, I was a basketball guy. I played some track. In fact, I was on a track team with Larry Wilson's father, Larry Sr., and we both graduated together. Mark Wild graduated with me also in 1977. So Joe Cooley has a couple boys in the system. So it's a local thing here. There's a lot of personal thing about this team.
Oh, a lot of familiar names. You mentioned Larry Wilson. Larry not only has his son Larry, who was one of the stars as a senior actually offensive lineman. He's got his daughter Lisa, who was one of the very few female football players playing in a Division 1A program.
Oh boy, and Lisa is also a great basketball player, and if we had had her, I also coached basketball at Wachusett. If we'd had Lisa last night, we might have beaten Brockton, but you know, Lisa's a good athlete. She's a good addition to the program here, and she's really excited as everybody else is. It's a great time to be a Wachusett fan.
No, it's interesting. We were at the sports breakfast tomorrow. I know you were there too for the annual, in this case it was a winter sports breakfast. And head coach Pete Bogren mentioned that he was probably the only female basketball coach in the state that was without one of his top players because the Super Bowls were delayed. So Lisa plays, what, a power forward position?
Power forward. Lisa's a valuable asset to our team because she can rebound, she can hit the shot. Her shot has gotten a lot better. She's strong and she's athletic. She's got good stamina. And most importantly, she's got the right attitude to have. You know, she's the kind of girl you want in your program, be it football or basketball.
Now, again, I know you're helping with the basketball program. Now, who are some of the other top players in this year's girls team?
Well, obviously, Adrienne Carpenter is our big gun. She's a senior. She's going to go to St. Michael's. She's been on the varsity since she was a freshman. She's a scorer. She's a slasher. A great kid. She makes a lot of steals on defense. The kids look up to her. She's a good player. Courtney Macaruso, a sophomore, who is a guard. She's going to be counted on to score a lot and pass the ball. And we have some younger players like Erica Ferguson, a first-year varsity player who's coming along pretty good. You know, Grace Genie, a senior. Melanie Cutler, a senior captain with a good outside shot. There's quite a few good players. A lot of girls are going to play. A lot of girls are going to contribute.
Now, hopefully it'll be a solid year for the girls. In fact, I mentioned during the first half, Craig, one of the other times I've been up here filming games was for the Wachusett State Soccer Championship, the girls, a couple of years ago. I know you covered that game, too. Does this bring back memories of that game?
Well, it was just as cold, I can tell you that. It was a Saturday night in November 2 years ago. I remember it very well because Adrienne scored the game-winning goal in that particular game. And it was just like before. There was a huge following, you know, of Wachusett area fans cheering the team on. And it's also a tough game. That was, I think that might have been an overtime game, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure about that, Timmy. But either way, it was a defensive battle, which we're seeing here today.
Oh, I know. In that game, Wachusett's girls team was down 1-0. They scored 2 goals in the second half to win it. That's why that second touchdown was huge today. 6-0, not a comfortable lead going into the half.
How about Zach Raskett? Big interceptions, touchdown pass. He's doing it all for Wachusett, but we've got a lot of weapons out there. I feel good, but I'm a little nervous, you know. I'd like to get another touchdown.
Well, this game is far from over yet. This Northampton team, from what I understand, has won 8 in a row. They lost their first couple of 2 or 3. They've obviously been one of the dominant powers in Western Mass. Now, who are the Eastern Mass teams that are probably the tops in the state, Craig? Are you familiar with any of them?
Honestly, Tim, I have no idea. I've been concentrating on the Western Mass teams, to be honest with you. I don't know about the Eastern Mass at all. I know about Northampton, though. And I know Deno is their big gun, and he's been contained pretty well today. He had a couple times where he broke free for a few yards, but basically they're doing a good job on him.
That's number 13 out there. Now, so what would you say are the keys to the game so far? First of all, containing Deno has been important. How about from the Wachusett end?
I think, like you said, containing Deno, I think you've got to keep giving the ball to Bayshaw and pounding it up the middle because Wachusett has a very good offensive line. You know, and also, you know, look for Mike Murray and Zach Raskett and Jesse Peterson to get the ball to diversify things. But Wachusett's got that passing attack, which is like a secret weapon, and we know what they can do.
Well, that play at the end of the first half showed that. They don't use it often. When they use it, boy, it certainly was effective. Well, thank you very much, Craig Holt. We both enjoyed a great first half of football. Hopefully we'll do as well in the second half. We'll be back in a couple of minutes for the opening kickoff.
My pleasure, Tim. 22 minutes to go.
Well, let's hope for our first ever Wachusett Super Bowl Championship. Thanks, Craig.
Got it. Okay. Hey, that was fun.
Okay, so we get ready to start the second half. You can see the score. Wachusett 14, Northampton nothing. As Wachusett will be kicking off. And it's a big moment in the game for Northampton as they will receive and they've got the wind at their back throughout this third period. So they'll be looking to make some offensive moves on Wachusett. And again, thanks to Craig Holt, longtime Wachusett supporter, for that halftime interview. Craig, of course, again, writes for the Holden Landmark, the Worcester Telegram and Gazette, the Clinton Daily Item. I don't know how he finds the time to write for 3 different newspapers, but Craig does a great job. I found his comments interesting, too, especially about how when he writes for the Landmark, he can be a little bit biased because he's writing to the choir, so to speak. Everyone's going to support Wachusett. Writing for the TNG, he has to write his articles with more of an even slant. Hopefully he'll have a chance to be biased after today as the kickoff is a short one. It's on the ground. Picked up at the 18-yard line.
Coming to the near side.
And good stop by the Wachusett defense.
27-yard line. As we begin the second half, Wachusett leads 14-0 as they just scored at the end of the first half to go from a 6-0 lead to a 14-0 lead.
That was, it looked like Jared Lockhart with the hit on the kickoff. Good job. Northampton will have it 1st and 10 from about the 32-yard line.
back through.
That was Deno again with a few yards. We'll give him 3 yards on that. Looked like Jesse Peterson was the last to get up. All that stop was made by 2 or 3 different Wachusett defenders. Actually, we'll give him about 6 yards in that play, so it'll be 2nd down and 4. Again, they've got to watch Deno. Here he comes again. Once again, he gets a few yards up close to a 1st down.
36-yard line. Very close to a 1st down. Just shy of the 1st down.
Next, that was Thompson that time in the carry.
Bring up 3rd down and 4.
Just short of the 1st down. It'll be 3rd down. Now they're going to give him the 1st down. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 37-yard line. This time, no real gain as the Wachusett defense digs in. Maybe a yard or so. That was Deno in the carry. They're trying to key on Deno. 2nd down, we'll give him 2 yards. 2nd down, about 8. It's dropped, picked up. It looked like a flag went down there. A couple yards. Good job by the Northampton quarterback as he dropped the ball, picked it up, and still managed to grab a couple yards out of it. And I guess there was no flag. Someone dropped something on the field. 3rd down and a long 3, we'll say. Big play here by the Wachusett defense as they'd love to hold right here. Defense dominated the 1st half. Wachusett kept Northampton off the scoreboard. 3rd and 3. Looking for a short pass. He's got it. And he's getting tackled out at the 45-yard line. That's the 2nd time they've used that little slant pass for a 1st down. Michael Murray on the initial hit there. So it's 1st and 10 inside their own territory. So Northampton is driving here to start the 2nd half. They've got it 1st and 10 from the 46. That was a big 1st down. And looked like obvious motion on the Northampton offense, which will push him back 5 yards. Unless there was something I missed here. Yeah, it's a false start. It'll bring it back to the 50, just inside the 50, so it'll be 1st and 15. That's actually a big penalty. I don't know why, but 15 yards seems like a lot longer road to carry than 10. So it's 1st and 15. Handoff. Becco, and he's ridden down. Number 70, Joe Lombardo with the stop. Big play by Joe.
2nd down.
Lombardo, one of the tough defensive linemen out there for Wachusett. He's had some great games this year and a great career at Wachusett. Second down, he's back to pass. Has some time, passes away. He's got someone open, but it's short. Good break by the for Wachusett as he had a man open, but the pass was short, so it'll be 3rd down. The Northampton quarterback took a good solid hit after he got rid of that ball, but an illegal hit as the referee was right there. It's tough to differentiate sometimes between what's a late hit and what's a legitimate hit. When you're going full force, not knowing whether a quarterback's going to pass the ball or hang on to it, you're entitled to make that hit if he gets the ball away and you just can't stop. Big play here, 3rd down and 13. Once again, back to pass. This time he's got someone short of the 1st down, and they make the stop down to the 38-yard line. So Wachusett defense jumped in. Looked like Raskett on the initial hit. Zach Raskett's been all over the field today. He's got 1 interception to his credit. 2 decent pass receptions, a big 32-yard run. He caught that pass to end the 1st half and scored a touchdown for Wachusett. So Raskett's been all over the place. And next week he'll be all over the place on the basketball floor, because he's one of many multi-sport athletes out there in the field for Wachusett. They're going to go for it. It's 4th and a long 2 from the 42. So big play here. Once again, looking to pass. The blitz is on. He breaks it. And the quarterback's going to run for a first down. Fine play. They had him bottled up in the backfield, but he faked it, took it up the middle, and got the first down. Big play for Northampton.
First and 10 Northampton.
That was Ryan Mollahan, the Northampton quarterback, who made that play. Outstanding effort. 13 is fumbled, picked up. He's got it. He's got running room. Could go all the way. It's a touchdown. Bashaw picked it up, and when he has that ball, he knows what to do with it. Huge turnover. Huge touchdown. Wachusett 20, Northampton nothing. Chris Bashaw, great run back. I'm not sure who jabbed that ball loose, but big turn of events as Northampton was driving. They fumbled the football. Bashaw picked it up, took it all the way. His second touchdown of the game. One on offense, one on defense. Chris Bashaw. Huge play. Wachusett now leads 20-0 as they line up for the extra point with 6:20 to go in the third period. Once again, the snap is fumbled. They're having trouble with it. And the pass is thrown away. So no luck on the point after, but still, Wachusett 20. Northampton nothing. As they come off the field. Joe DeGiorgio a little discouraged. He wanted to get a boot at that one, but again, it was a tough snap. They couldn't handle it. But still, a huge turn of events here. Wachusett puts another 6 points on the board early in the second half as Chris Bashaw picked up the fumble, took it all the way. That was a 60-yard run by Bashaw. I don't suppose he gets credit for the running yards because it was a recovered fumble, but two terrific plays this game by Bashaw. He broke one in the first half, a second play from scrimmage for a 54-yard touchdown run. That was for 60 yards.
We can just talk about the touchdowns in the first half, Jim. Chris Bashaw, Zach Raskin, touchdown.
As Wachusett gets set to kick off. John Long doing the kicking for Wachusett. And Long's done a fine job in these kickoffs. It's not an easy day to kick. He's keeping the ball low, and he's been pinning Northampton back. See what he does this time. Again, low line drive, takes a good bounce, picked up at about the 20. And the stop is made. Big hit, I don't know why, but I have a feeling Mike Murray was in there. Actually, let's see, number 6 for Wachusett, John Valeri made that hit. Big hit by Valeri, because he was down quick and made the tackle. So Northampton has decent field position this time at the 37-yard line, 1st and 10.
His second one of the day. And Wachusett extends their lead to 20-0. So Northampton breaks the huddle. 1st and 10.
Defense digs.
Ladies and gentlemen, a reminder that the award ceremony will take place
6:05 to go in the third quarter.
all fans to remain in the stands.
That was Deco on the carry. Once again, a short gain. It'll be second down. Deno, I'm sorry, Deno on the carry. He's got 1,500 yards in the season, but he couldn't have more than 20 or 30 today as the Wachusett defense has been keen on him. Good stop. Jesse Peterson with a big hit. Takes him down. Big play by Peterson. And I have to say, someone hit him down low also. It's tough to see in the trenches, but Peterson picked him up, pushed him back, no gain, 3rd down and 6. Back to pass, passes away, it's intercepted. Picked off, Wachusett has it. That was number 45, Travis Russell with the big interception. Nice job, Russell. Watched the ball, had his eye on it, picked it off. Wachusett takes it back at the 46-yard line with 5:10 to go in the first half. That's the 1-2, I believe, third turnover of the game for Northampton. Wachusett has yet to turn the ball over, which is huge in this game. We thought turnovers might be a difference today, and so far they have been. It's Wachusett, that's their second interception. They also had the huge fumble that Bashaw ran back for a touchdown. Devereaux stays in the ground. Bashaw gets a couple. Leading 20-0 in the second half. They're looking to grind it out. Bashaw gets a few yards. It'll be second down and 8. Travis Russell's had a couple big interceptions during the season. He ran one back for a touchdown earlier in the year. That one he picked off at the 44-yard line. Second down and 8. Devereaux hands it off to Raskett, breaks a couple tackles, gets it up close to a first down. Nice run by Raskett. Breaks it across the 40 to the 38-yard line. It'll be third down and about 2. Nice job by Raskett. Third down and short for Wachusett, about 2. Devereaux hands it off, and it's fumbled. First turnover of the game for Wachusett, but they may have it back. Let's see who picked it up. No, they're waving Northampton now. Let's see who gets up with it. Looked like Wachusett had it, actually. We'll see what happened. Northampton did recover. Deno recovered, actually. One of their running backs also going both ways. So that's Wachusett's first turnover of the game. Northampton has it at the 30. So we'll see if Northampton can capitalize. 3:44 to go in the first half. So Northampton takes it after the fumble. Handoff, and good for 3 or 4 yards. Good solid run by Northampton. Stop was made, it looked like, by number 45, Travis Russell. Gain of about 5 yards. If you're going to fumble the football, I suppose that's the place to do it. As Wachusett was looking at a 4th down after that play, so it could be worse. Second and 5. Another very short gain for Northampton. As they're standing on the ground. Might have been Jesse Peterson in on that tackle. Northampton's got to be a little gun shy at this point on the passing game, as they've had a couple of passes picked off. But they have to start moving that football. They need to score 20 points. They've got 1 period plus 2 minutes and 53 seconds to try to do it. Pitch back to Deno. And he gets up close to a first down. Looks like he has the first down across the 40. Deno's a strong runner. He knows what to do when he gets that ball. He found a hole, pushed his way through, carried a couple tackles, a good 2 or 3 yards there to get the first down. So you can see where he got his yards this year. Again, he's recognized as one of the top runners from Western Massachusetts. First down from the 40, back to pass. Pass is knocked down. Mike Murray with the play. Good job by Mike Murray. He would like to have caught that ball, but at least he knocked it down. Northampton has it 2nd and 10 from the 40. Hand off to look like Deno again, and Wachusett defense makes a big solid hit. But nowhere on that run, maybe a yard. See who was last to get up. Mike Murray, one of the last ones to get up. I thought that was Jeff Cotis in there. As head coach Mike Dubzinski shuffling players in and out. He's got his best possible team on the field. Joe Lombardo also on the right side, help with that stop. 3rd down and 9. Big play here, back to pass. No, it's a delay handoff. Good gain. It looks like he may have a first down. He's awful close. That was a nice fake by the Northampton quarterback. We'll see what they spotted. They may have to measure this one. It's right at midfield. And I'm sure they'll go for this anyway. They're at half midfield. It looks like they're not going to measure. It's fourth down. And about a foot. Again, trailing 20-0. Northampton with 1:27 to go in the third period. They're going to go for it. Quarterback sneak, doesn't get much, may not get it at all as he's pushed back. We'll see where they're going to spot the football. His initial drive may have gotten them the first down though. Let's take a look. The officials were lined up. He might have pushed it forward by a foot or so. Let's see where they spot it. Well, they're going to measure it this time. As they gave him a couple inches on the carry, he's awful close. I think he might have the first down. We'll see what they measure here. Great job by the WRHS defense. If they didn't stop him, they certainly didn't give him up more than a couple of inches. Oh, the RK made the first down. And the WRHS crowd here doesn't like it, but he did make at least 4 to 2 on forward progress before they started pushing him back. So it'll be 1st and 10 Northampton from the 50-yard line. Handoff, no gain that time. WRHS defensive line playing tough. Mike Murray, I believe, last to get up. Jesse Peterson in on the stop. Gain of about a foot. It'll be 2nd down and a long 9. There's Deno again. Gets a couple yards. Got Travis Russell in on the stop. And that will probably be the last play of the third quarter as time runs out. WRHS put another 6 points on the board during that quarter on the fumble, pickup, and run back by Chris Bashaw. So as we go to the fourth quarter, WRHS has a lead, 20-0 here. Division 1A Super Bowl action. Big quarter for the WRHS Mountaineers. Once again, the defense did the job and actually scored a touchdown this time with Chris Bashaw picking up the fumble. So 20-0 is the lead as we head for the fourth quarter. Here we are starting off the fourth quarter now with Northampton with the football. And look at that big play. Is he going down? Here he is. Yes, he's down. Number 88, Bagdis with the initial stop. And eventually Joe Lombardo came in and finished them off. Big defensive play as they pushed him back nearly 10 yards to start off the fourth period. Great way to start off the period for the WRHS defense. As Bagdis came in on the blitz, Lombardo jumped in. Huge defensive play. So now it's 4th down and they'll have to punt. No, they're going to go for it. They need 20. It's picked off again, although a flag goes down. We'll see what the call is. Penalty flag down. Let's hope it's not an interference call, as they had a long way to go for a first down, but I believe that would be an automatic first down. It is. That's a big play. It's going to be either interference or a hold against WRHS, which should be a 5-yard penalty, but an automatic first down. So that won't make Coach Mike Domzinski real happy. Okay, no, they're actually nullifying it, because there were 2 penalties on the play. So they're offsetting penalties, so they'll replay the 4th down. As Northampton had an ineligible receiver downfield. So the 2 penalties are set. Once again, it'll be 4th down and 20. looks like they're going to punt. Last time they threatened to punt and they faked it. This time they are going to kick it. Kick is up against the wind. Not a bad kick. It bounces, takes a Northampton bounce. It's going to be down at the 36, 37 yard line. Well, Wachusett will have it 1st and 10 with 9:55 to go in the 4th period. Wachusett holding on to a 20-0 lead. Here at Super Bowl action 2003 from Worcester State College as Wachusett looking to win their first ever Super Bowl. They'd love to make a few first downs here, take some time off the clock. Devereaux hands off, short gain. Looked like Zach Raskin on the run. As he got tripped up, fell forward for a couple. 2nd down and 8 yards. Again, Tim Ethier above Worcester State College, John Coughlin Field, along with Tim Gellis, my film man, for the Super Bowl 2003, Wachusett versus Northampton. As you hear the Wachusett faithful go into action. Mike Murray on the carry. He's tough to bring down. Michael's a big rugged kid. Brings it up to the 40-yard line almost. He had about 5 Northampton kids pushing on him, but couldn't bring him down. In fact, Mike Murray plays basketball like he plays football. He'll be one of the members of the Wachusett basketball squad starting this week. And he's one tough kid. Solid rebounder, solid basketball performer. And he's been a terrific football player for Wachusett. In fact, looking down the roster at seniors at Wachusett this year, they're losing some of the top football players ever. Devereaux back to pass. He's got a man. 1st down up at midfield. Good pass by Devereaux. That pass up to Brandon Flynn. Nice catch by Flynn at the 50. 1st and 10 Wachusett. They're going to try to mix it up a little bit. They keep that clock running. 8:20 and ruling or and running here in the 4th period. That's a big reception by Brandon Flynn. And Wachusett takes a timeout to regroup. They've got 8:09 in the 4th quarter, leading 20-0. Going to talk it over for a minute here. That play took, I think, Northampton by surprise. I think they're expecting Wachusett to stay on the ground exclusively, and that's one way to prevent them from keying on the line is to throw a couple passes. Devereaux has done an outstanding job. He hasn't actually passed for a high percentage today. At the end of the 1st half, they had about 45 seconds to go, about 40 yards, so he threw a number of passes incomplete before he finally connected with the biggest play of the game, I'd say, to date, with Zach Raskin, who scored a touchdown to end the 1st half. So Devereaux's been terrific back there. Hand off to Raskin, gets a good 5-6 yards, good run. That's one area that Devereaux has improved in a great deal this year. His passing has been excellent and a real smart football player. And another one of those outstanding seniors. Well, they've got a good nucleus of kids coming back too, so this may not be the last Super Bowl for Wachusett. But being the first one is certainly one that we'll remember. 2nd down and 5. Hand off to Bashaw. 1st down and more. Bashaw, big run. Goes down inside the 30-yard line. He almost broke that one. Tough runner. He gets those legs grinding, and Bashaw is tough to bring down. 1st down. They're at the 30. As the Wachusett offense is driving, looking to increase the lead. They lead now 20-0. Chris Bashaw, recognized as the top running back in Wachusett football history. He's got the yards record. Certainly, if he can lead the team to a Super Bowl championship today, you'd have to acknowledge he's the best. There he goes again, down to the 22-yard line. Another big game by Bashaw, who, if he isn't at 100 yards, is getting close to it for the game. And actually, if you can count that fumble he picked up and ran back, he's over 100. Well, again, he did that on the defensive end. That was the biggest play of the second half, to put 6 points on the board midway through the third period. Another timeout is called, this time by Northampton as they look to regroup. As they've got a big hole to dig themselves out of. Wachusett leading 20-0 with only 6:43 to go. And driving. I know Coach Stubzinski would love to put another touchdown on the board here. Which, by the way, will also give him an opportunity to get some of his younger players some Super Bowl experience. Well, he's used most of his team already today. He's had players going in and out the whole game. But they all want to be a part of today's game and hopefully today's victory. Wachusett football tradition goes way back. I'm sure I'll miss a couple, but coaches like Mal Kelly, Barry Finneran, current athletic director Rich Lewis, Ron Spakowskis, Dick Swanson, former head coach. Wachusett's had some terrific years. Joe Daniels, one of the longtime coaches. In fact, this year's winter athletic teams will be wearing a patch with JD on it in memory of one of the greats in Wachusett history, Joe Daniels. Longtime science teacher, coach, athletic director. We still think a lot of Joe, who passed away this past winter. Bashaw gets about 5 yards. So the winter athletes will have that black patch on. If you get out to the games over the winter, take note, because the kids have fond memories of Joe. For those who've just been involved in Wachusett in the last few years, he's been the gentleman that's kept score at all the home basketball games. So he stayed involved and gave a good part of his life to the Mountaineers of Wachusett. He was a good friend to many of us, including me. Handoff to Raskett. Drives it down to the 15-yard line. Less than 6 minutes to go in the game. And it's 2nd down and 5 from the 15. Handoff, Bashaw drives forward down close to a 1st down. He's at least the 8, maybe the 9-yard line. Check that, about the 11-yard line. Didn't quite cross the 10. 3rd down a couple yards. Probably, again, 4 down territory here anyway. And what a year it's been for Wachusett football. They currently sit at 11-0. This win, if they can hang on today, would make it 12-0. Unbelievable year. Devereaux hands off to Raskett. We'll see if he can make it around the end. He will, and he'll go in for a touchdown. Zach Raskett scores with a burst of speed. That's Raskett's 2nd touchdown of the game. You can see that open up. Raskett had one man to beat, turned on the afterburners and brought it into the end zone. Great game by Zach. That makes it 26, Wachusett, 0 Northampton with 4:52 to go in the game. Great run by Raskett as he comes off. And what a great career he's had as he gives Coach Stubzinski a hug. He's been one of Mike's main men over the past few years. Zach Raskett. He's not the biggest kid in the field, but he's got the biggest hat out there. Bashaw comes out also. They may not get back on the field today. Devereaux back to pass, looking for the 2. He's being chased out, gets rid of it, and it's tipped away. So the conversion fails. Score remains 26 Wachusett, Northampton 0. 4:52 to go in the game. And that might have been the last series for a lot of the Wachusett offense as they come off the field. Here comes the offensive line off. Larry Wilson, Joe Lombardo, Brandon Flynn coming off for what might be the last time. And Brendan Devereaux, the quarterback. Terrific offensive performance today by Wachusett. These kids worked hard, dedicated themselves. Off season, they work with the weight program. BFS, bigger, faster, stronger. They worked hard. Special thanks to Coach Phil Jackson, who got the kids involved with the weights a number of years ago, and it certainly paid dividends. As they added to their strength, their speed, their quickness, and they've had one terrific year. And this would be the culmination of it right here if they can hang on. And it looks like there'll be no way Northampton can come back now. 26-0 as you hear the fans start. We're #1 chant. As they're loving it. Wachusett about to win their first ever Super Bowl. John Long hits a ground baller. Northampton tries to pick it up. It got nowhere. Tackle is made by number 45. Big hit by Travis Russell, and Jesse Peterson jumps in. Good solid hit. This has been 100% Wachusett here today. Terrific effort. And what a terrific year. Handoff again, Jesse Peterson on the stop. He set a number of tackles today, assisted, unassisted. He's a junior, so Jesse will be back next year. He'll be one of the mainstreams of next year's team. They're counting on Jesse as a running back, as a defender. Wachusett scored twice here in the second half. They went into the half up 14-0, and they put another 12 points on the board. Second down and 8. Lombardo gets checked off at the last minute. And a big hit on the side. That looked like Larry Wilson with the hit. Big hit by Larry Wilson. Joe Lombardo, number 70, chased him one way, he went the other, and Larry Wilson finished him off. Those are two big, rugged kids playing great football today. Nick Kramer also, right down the middle. Kramer's been tough. Travis Russell's had a great game. Gain of a couple yards. Chris Gusher probably in on the stop. Evan DeMarco, the one deep back for Wachusett. He may see a pass coming at him as Northampton looking to get on the board. DeMarco's also had a terrific game. Short gain, no gain, 2:56 to go. Wachusett takes over on downs as the defense holds. And they come off the field. Terrific effort. Brad Bagdis gets a hug. Mike Murray coming off. Nick Kramer. Larry Wilson. Joe Lombardo. These kids have been outstanding this year. Wachusett defense, and outstanding today, as they've completely shut down Northampton. Devereaux hands off to Chris Gusher for a good run. He may be up close to first down, gain of about 9, so Gusher gets the carry. As Coach Dubzinski gets some different players in the game. Nice run by Gusher as he comes off. Senior Chris Gusher, an outstanding career here at Wachusett. Overcame a tough injury last year to come back, and he's been outstanding. Handoff. They may have dropped that ball. We'll see who ended up with it. Wachusett holds on to it. Short of the first down. Honestly, I didn't see who carried it, but it'll be third down and less than a yard. 2:02 and running. As the game winds down here, Wachusett leading 26-0. Super Bowl action, Division 1A from Worcester State College. And it's been all Wachusett as they look to clinch their first ever Super Bowl crown. Jesse Peterson grabs it, and he drives forward. Looks like he got enough for the first down. We'll see where they spot it. Again, they'll be counting on Jesse next year to make some big plays, as he's a junior. They also got some talented sophomores on this squad. So the crowd starts the "We're number one" chant. And there were many that argue this Wachusett team is absolutely number one in Central Mass this year. Division 1 or 1A. They won the 1A crown. Devereaux dives forward, and I saw a flag go in as he tried to grab that first down. That was a fourth down play. No, I guess he didn't quite make it. Northampton will take it on downs with 1 minute to go in the ball game. Off they come. Chris Belcher coming off the field for what might be his last time. He's been an outstanding performer. Senior Chris Belcher. Brendan Devereaux, number 9. Right down the line, this Wachusett team has contributed. Every single player in the team has added to this victory today. Passes away, it's complete, trying to get out of bounds. As Zach Raskin makes the tackle. 54 seconds to go. I'm not sure if we caught it on camera, but Coach Mike Dobzinski just got the barrel treatment down the sidelines as they dumped the ice bucket on him. That's become a tradition in football. That pass was tipped, nearly picked off by number 52, Chris Belcher. Couldn't quite grab it as our attention was distracted. It's going to be awful cold down there for the coach now as he just got drenched. So it's the second time they got him, I guess. Hey, I guess Mike Dobzinski will take it in good spirits. He'll take that. He's going to be really happy inside. He suffered his first year here at Wachusett. Didn't get a lot of victories, but worked his team up, and now they look like they're about to become Super Bowl champions. Ball is tipped, incomplete. 43 seconds to go. It'll be third down. Check that, fourth down.
2 games left. 2 games left today. They brought Chelmsford over. That's what they did here.
Oh.
Chelmsford playing the second game at 6 o'clock. They're going to go.
So Wachusett chant starts up again. Fans are all standing here. It's fourth down and short. Deno's going to get the first down. No, he's not. No, he's not. Stop is made. Jesse Peterson gets up late. He was in on the hit, as was Zach Raskin again. Wachusett will take the ball again with 36 seconds to go. As the defense just refuses to give up anything out there. They've had an unbelievable game. Jeff Cotis, number 76, comes off. Jeff is only a sophomore, so he's one of these kids that'll be around for a long time. Evan DeMarco comes off for what might be the last time.
So Wachusett's going to take it lead here.
36 seconds to go. There might be time for 1 or 2 plays. Is they going to just down it? Seconds, 28, 27. You could see the players, they're psyched. Huge day for the Mountaineers. 14, 13. Time will run out. Let's listen to the crowd. Wachusett has done it. They finished their season 12-0, undefeated Super Bowl champions. 26-0 here today over Northampton. It's been a year to remember for the Wachusett Mountaineers. Terrific season. Terrific season as they congratulate Northampton. Northampton, young team, mostly sophomores and juniors, so they might well be back next year. They came up against a powerhouse today. No one was going to stop the Mountaineers today as they started from the opening get-go. Second play of the game. Chris Bashaw took it in from 54 yards out to put Wachusett in the lead. The Wachusett defense held Northampton down the rest of the first half, and with seconds left in the first half, Wachusett again scored on a touchdown pass. Devereaux to Raskett. The conversion, 2 points to a pass to Brad Bagdas, put Wachusett up 14-0 at the end of the half. Early in the second half, Bashaw was the man on the spot. Chris Bashaw on defense picked up a Northampton fumble, ran it back 44 yards. Check that, about 60 yards for the third touchdown of the game for the Mountaineers. And they closed out their scoring with a run by Zach Raskett here in the fourth period. One heck of a game for the Mountaineers. And Olive Holden, Paxton, Princeton, Rutland, and Sterling can be proud today of these boys. We're going to stay right here while the awards are given out. Tim Gellis up here helping me is going to get a close-up of the award ceremony. We're up above. Northampton receives the runner-up trophy. A lot to be proud of. They had a terrific year. They finish up at 8-4. And again, young team, they have a chance to be back here. And here comes Wachusett. Brad Bagdas. And 58 Sean Grimes hold up the championship trophy. As the crowd celebrates. A day to remember for Wachusett Regional High School. First ever Super Bowl appearance and first ever Super Bowl championship as they finished the year undefeated at 12-0. And that'll do it for today's broadcast. This is Tim Ethier above Worcester State College athletic field as Wachusett defeated Northampton today 26-0 to take the Super Bowl title and finish off a great season.
Al, Thank you.
Back with head coach Mike Dobzinski. Mike, great game for you guys today.
Say hello to Coleman Cable.
Nice. Mike, you look like you get drenched by the boys late in the game there. Are you cold out there? Or?
Tim, we're going to go enjoy it. I don't feel any of the temperature at all. We're just happy to win.
Not much voice left. This is going to be one of the greatest days ever in Wachusett sports, Coach Dobzinski. Terrific job.
I'll take it. Good effort by the kids.
This is Tim. I didn't realize. Definitely. Got to be one of the big points in your life today. Greatest point ever for Wachusett. Outstanding. Outstanding job, guys. Great job. Let's get a look at that trophy. Sean Grimes, get it up there.
Yeah, we got close up on that.
First ever.
Champion.
Last chapter, baby. Last chapter. Nice job.
Great job out there. Great job. Brad Bagdas. Outstanding effort out there, Bagdas. Great job.
Seniors, line up. Hey, you're great.
Shadow. Come on, Shadow. Come on. Is that it?